Welcome to Whiskey and Wisdom. Don't forget to tip your bartenders. Don't drive drunk. Let a friend take you home. Okay. That could be awkward. Hi, Mike. Speaking of friends.
My Seahawks whiskey decanter once again. Going to pop some of that into my Dr. Pepper here. But guys, I got to apologize. Something extraordinary happened today. I don't have my Whiskey and Wisdom decanter. Jug, whatever it is. You know why? Because Dave Bara did the dishes. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? Oh, what the heck? Sorry. Dave Bara.
And in the first minute, man, there you go, Mike. The whole stream is gone.
All right, Kukla, open the swear jar. And of course, I did it right at the beginning.
Back up the dump truck.
Right at the beginning when YouTube was watching.
On that one. That one is absolutely fair game. Right at the beginning.
Thank you.
You gotta. What do they say? It's like the first 2.5 minutes, essentially. That's what the AI for YouTube used to listen to.
You have to be good. Yeah.
And so
you got to behave the first 2.5, 3 minutes.
The first 2.5, 3 minutes.
Good one, Gary 7. Good one. How you boys doing? I missed you last week. I was on an airplane. So.
Yeah. So how was the trip?
Exhausting. I am so wiped out. You know, it's funny. I was talking to Jen today. I said, am I jet lagged or did I catch a bug? Because, you know, they have what they call convention crud, which is just sort of a non-defined virus thing that you get from shaking 50,000 hands and all this stuff. But she said, no, you're just run down, dude. Just sleep. So, you know, when I feel like sleeping, I've been sleeping. Of course, then I get people calling me in the middle of the day. By the way, I'm going to be going to Pahrump, Nevada on October the 25th. I am going to make one more appearance talking about MarkZ at Pahrump at a free event. Pahrump, Nevada, by the way, is famous for two things, being the place that Art Bell broadcast from back in the day, talking about aliens, UFOs, and conspiracies, and the place that the Martians landed in Mars Attacks. So that was the place they landed, was Pahrump. So,
yep. I guess there were some internet issues around the world. Some people are having a tough time. Other people, their YouTube is working just fine. That means it's internet in your area.
Okay. Also, yeah, I've had 2 major internet drops today when I was on with Jen, so that is a problem.
In other words, since mine works smoothly today, they're going after Mike.
Here you go, Kukla. Here you go.
That's it. Just throw it at the camera.
Yeah. You know who gave me that?
I want to.
Andy Scheckman gave me that.
Isn't that great? Oh, that's right. I remember that.
When he was in town, we had a drink, him and his beautiful wife. And
she is good conversation, isn't she?
Oh, she's brilliant and fun. And she and Andy are just 2 of the best people on earth. So, and they know more about gold and silver. I mean, his wife knows more about gold and silver than I will ever know. So good for them.
I am getting messages that a lot of people are having issues. An error occurred. Playback on YouTube. Seems like primarily YouTube side.
As Kathy said, Down Detector has all YouTube channels red.
Yeah.
So, looks like some kind of internet attack or upgrade going on. Perhaps they are loading up the EBS messages at YouTube. Can we run with that? I like that better.
I like that too. Yeah. I like that one.
Well, absolutely. You know, since they're kind of down now, I think it's perfect opportunity. If you do have any fun RV related news, Mike, knock it out so we can get that out of the way and get on to frivolity and
frivolity
and frolicking. I don't know, something fun.
Frivolity. Yes, I have a Bond guy who has been told he's going to get paid his commission tomorrow in no uncertain terms. That the U.S. will be gold backed on November 1st, and the RV will be on November the 15th. That's all set in stone. Blah blah blah. That's what I've been told. So, yeah. So that's it. Now that's of course the old, Mark, the old thing. I just got a Rumble highlight for Whiskey and Wisdom. So apparently Rumble is working. But that's, of course, people think the bondholders go first and then the gold and then the RV. And I think it all happens within, a 15
Yeah.
seconds.
So, there are what I call like the rule fanatics out there, though. If one starts 1 minute before, one takes 10 minutes later, they're gonna, oh no, this one started. You were wrong the whole time because
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
2 minutes
You know
before
what,
the
Mark?
other. And it's like
I cannot wait to take that abuse
hall
from the front
monitors.
seat of my freaking Ferrari. Okay, I can't wait to take that abuse. Bring it on, guys. That we were wrong by 10 minutes.
I would go more with like armchair generals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Armchair generals.
Keyboard warriors.
Well, look, let's be clear though. Had Hitler not invaded the Soviet Union, which was stupid until 1942, but instead put everything into Africa, run the British completely out of Africa, completely out of the Middle East, taken all the oil, and then been able to attack the Soviet Union from not only directly through Poland, but also through the Caucasus in a double pincer movement, Germany would have won the war. And had he not turned back to encircle the Soviet forces in Kiev, in the Kiev area, he would have won the war. So, I mean, Hitler blew that war. But Hitler is the Pete Carroll of dictators, of warmongering dictators, because that guy blew World War II like Pete Carroll blew Super Bowl 49, but he did it like 5 times he blew it. Way to go, Hitler.
Hey, Pops, did
And
you
Pete
start
Carroll.
the conversation about Hitler? How did we get on to
Did I just compare Pete Carroll?
how
to
did we get here?
Hey, I don't even know where we started on this one.
And then this isn't adding up. I'm gonna need a rewind. Where did we start at, Mike? How did we get to Hitler?
This is why you guys have me on the show.
That's absolutely why.
Go Mariners. I'm also watching the Mariners game right here, right there. I got the game right there. Just start. All right.
Yeah, if you're gonna play revisionist history, though, I mean, there would be countless examples of essentially turning points throughout history where everything would have been different. The same argument could be made in the exact same context that the Caucasus and the Ural Mountains oil fields would have been enough to sustain the entire German military.
Exactly.
So there were countless examples.
Had he not wasted again, Stalingrad. Yeah, Stalingrad being another such decision where he still could have won the war. So
Yeah, Stalingrad alone could have changed the outcome of the war.
yeah, but I mean,
Japan in and of itself, if it had known about the different oil fields that were offside, would have never had to ever initiate Pearl Harbor, which occurred after the oil embargo.
That's another thing too.
FDR placed upon Japan. I mean, it's I don't know. That one's so tough. When you go back throughout, I want to try to play revisionist history with what's going on right now.
But Zester, I wanted to talk about World War II. Okay,
I like talking about World War II.
I'm sad.
I like talking about World War I. People don't talk about World War I enough.
It's another thing. Had the Japanese done what Hitler requested, which is invade Russian Siberia, rather than attack Pearl Harbor, which Hitler apparently didn't know about, that would also have won the war because it was Siberian reinforcements that allowed them to hold Moscow against an Operation Barbarossa in 1941. So there's like at least 6 different ways that Hitler blew World War II, bigger than Pete Carroll blew Super Bowl 49. I mean, at least 6. It's crazy. And there was all that Siberian oil, which nobody really knew about. So you're right. The Japanese would have had all the oil they wanted if they just invaded Siberia at the same time.
Well, it's the same. What is it, Zimmerman? In terms of like the like historical rhetoric around the fact that Japan did not actually in any way concede the war on account of the nuclear bombs. Japan conceded the war because Russia, the Soviet Union, invaded Manchuria, which was essentially the breadbasket of Japan at the point in time, and that Japan actually gave up because the Soviets invaded where they were getting their food from, and that, in all honesty, mainland Japan was totally fine with continuing to have nuclear bombs dropped upon them.
I don't know, Zester. I do kind of tend to lead towards the possibility that getting nukes dropped on you might motivate you to end the war. Like, well, maybe this isn't such a great idea because Tokyo's going to be next.
I tend to agree.
Well,
I tend to agree.
Here's an interesting piece of history. I don't know if you guys have ever read it. There's a book called Reich of the Black Sun, which is a fascinating book by Joe Farrell, who is a really brilliant researcher, doesn't get enough love. Doesn't seem to like me either, but I like his work, so I don't care. So Joe Farrell has figured out from East German documents that were captured, intelligence documents that were captured after the fall, the reunification of West and East Germany. He believes very solidly that the uranium that came for the American atomic bombs was actually captured aboard a German submarine that was intercepted heading for Japan. And by the way, that submarine was U-235 was the designation of that. How ironic is that? Because Zester, you know this. What is the significance of uranium-235 when you enrich it?
That would be the on the periodic table.
It becomes when you enrich it, it becomes uranium-238, which can then be used into a bomb. It's the last stage before making bomb material. Because the U.S. had actually put out Oppenheimer wrote a document, a letter to Roosevelt saying we're not going to have enough enriched uranium based on the way we're producing from Hanford, Washington, until November of 1945 at best to make one bomb. Yet they detonated 3 atomic bombs in July, 1 in July and 2 in early August. How did that happen? And he goes through this whole thing. There's a manifest. There was this uranium, these barrels of it, enough to make 3 bombs. But those were the only 3 bombs we had. And not only that, the triggers, apparently, according to Farrell, were German, and the designs were German designs. So we actually, Fat Man and Little Boy were actually German designs because they captured plans along with them. The Germans were trying to ship the uranium and the plans and the triggers in this U-boat to Japan to defend, to help keep Japan going in the hopes of resurrecting the Reich. So what do you think about that? And it's a fascinating book. You want to read the book? Should we make a movie out of it?
Well, I mean, honestly, everything about it is obviously fascinating because walk into NASA in the 1960s and yell something that happens to have an H and an H for the first letter of both words, and you're going to notice that a lot of people snap to attention real quick. Real quick. So, I mean, it's one of those unspoken truths of American history. Essentially, how did we manage to make it to the moon?
Well,
we made
that's
it there, on account of German scientists. And
we did not
prefer German because we would rather use that word than the other one.
As I once said on one of my first appearances on Ancient Aliens back in 2010, we didn't have an American rocket program. We had a German rocket program. You're exactly right. Von Braun and Kurt Debus and all these other Nazi war criminals did help us get to the moon. That is absolutely.
I'm just saying that they were probably, when they were looking for somebody to help them out in the office, they were having a prerequisite being a slight understanding of the German language.
Yeah, it probably helped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so, I mean, what do you think about that? Would the Japanese have surrendered had they known that we only had 3 bombs and it was going to take us 6 months to build another one?
That's where the Zimmerman logic suddenly jumps in. Because, in all honesty, you have to assume that Japan assumed we had crap loads on.
Yep.
You know, we managed to bring 1, we managed to bring 2. They dropped 2 in a matter of a week. They've got to have more.
Mm-hmm.
That had to have been a general assumption. One of the other hard arguments, in all honesty, is that Japanese cities were built out of wood and that we managed to do more damage with early forms of napalm in terms of actual civilian deaths than we did with a nuclear bomb.
Right.
But that's one of the hard arguments for the Zimmerman case, arguing, and Zimmerman, I think, is the right word. I might be missing it. It's somebody with a Z, which, as a fellow Z, I should probably be a little more courteous of them. But he's very, very famous. Pops, you're the one who probably made me read him at some point in time, so I'm going to blame it on you. But I'll go look it up.
Your dad has nothing to contribute to this conversation. He's just sitting, he's just sipping.
I know that he's got the answer.
And going, okay, I'm going to wait till these 2 guys are done with this BS.
No, I'm just having fun watching. I'm kind of tired the way y'all are going, but
yeah, well, it's just,
I appreciate it.
But the argument was made that essentially we did more damage to Japan by dropping early forms of napalm, firebombs on their cities because they were built out of wood than we actually did with Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Right, but see, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were industrial
complexes. That's why they were targeted. Was we trying to destroy their industry.
Well,
so
I mean,
it wasn't as
what
much
was it?
about
The fifth option. I mean, there were 5 cities that literally got passed over on account of clouds that day.
yeah.
Like, you know, when it came down to it, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they literally were playing a game of a really, really crappy version of Japanese roulette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it wasn't even a fair judge. We just picked one because they were like the last option left. And we had to drop the bomb because you can't fly all the way back. You don't have enough gas for that.
Yeah. Interesting. So they had to drop the bomb somewhere. So Hiroshima just had a really bad day that day. Okay.
Really bad day.
That makes sense. You know,
Helen, I have no idea what your questions are. Haven't seen any. With YouTube problems, they probably never came up. Don't know what to tell you about Great American Koi Company or cause for the dinar. I don't suggest currency dealers. Ask in chat for other people's suggestions.
yeah, it's important not to endorse any currency.
No.
We're not into that.
It's foolish for somebody to endorse a currency dealer when we're
if
talking
you have a
about
show about currency,
I mean, many of them do. Many of them do.
They shouldn't.
But yeah, any attorney worth their salt would have looked them at the eyes and said, "You're asking, to get screwed to the wall."
No, I mean, I will push Andy Scheckman, but I don't talk about gold or silver.
Yeah, but that's gold. That's totally different. That's a tier 1 asset.
Yep. Yeah. So anyway.
So yes, just ask folks best price. Best price is always going to be able to buy it from your bank. Some banks still sell it, some don't. CFix, there's a lot of people out there with great suggestions.
A lot of the different airports have a currency exchange sitting out front. You don't actually need a ticket to get into the currency exchange for a lot of airports.
Really? I didn't know
A
that.
lot of airports have them. You can get them like before TSA. Lots of malls. Any military town's going to have a location where you can go to a currency exchange. There's so many options out there.
Yeah.
They're just going to have they are going to have weird questions. That's a guarantee. They're going to have very odd questions whenever you do go.
Nothing. Middle of the first.
Mm-mm. Oh, but I know Zester. Anything on the back? No. Nothing on the back. This one is an awesome one that Kukla sent. Very, very, very happy with this shirt. A little worried to go out in public, but I'm not near as important. So I'm feeling a lot safer.
Pretty safe.
Yeah, feeling pretty darn safe on that one.
Andy's in Aruba on vacation with his wife. He has the link. He may join, may not join.
Oh, he's not going to join.
He surprises me on a lot of these and pops in. He was on the podcast this morning while on vacation with Kevin.
Rainman is asking,
they kept going and going and going. I was like, I was kind of ready. I was like,
don't you want to get back to your vacation?
Right?
Rainman is asking what you're scratching your back with. Rainman, that would be a back scratcher.
This is serious high tech.
That's the only thing that could replace my ex-wife's claws. That is the thing. I will tell you this, ladies. The thing I miss the most about being married, her cooking was amazing. And having somebody to scratch my back. That is the toughest thing to me.
This thing was purchased in Nashville, Tennessee.
Bro, I was just there. And I didn't get one. You know, that could literally be Sydney Sweeney's hand, like molded from her hand, and it just wouldn't be the same as a real woman scratching your back with these claws.
I have seen somebody. I've seen Judy ask this twice. Judy, is it common for Coinbase to put a purchasing hold on your account? Judy, it's very, very common. Whenever you initially transfer any dollars over to Coinbase, there's going to be about a 10-day hold placed upon it. You're allowed to buy crypto with it, but they're not going to let you leave with it. That is very, very normal.
And, if you want to skip all that, just pick yourself up a Ledger Nano S wallet, hardware wallet, link in the description. Zester gets $10 worth of free Bitcoin. You get $10 worth of free Bitcoin. Who could lose? Who loses in that deal? Just put all your crypto in one place.
Those are a really big win, but still, you can get your crypto a little bit cheaper on Coinbase. So I do still think folks get their crypto on Coinbase, then move it on over
But it's worth it to me. It's worth it
That's
to me
how
for the security of having it right here, you know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely though. And when it comes down to it, if you're going to hold crypto, you need that. You need a hardware wallet because then you can quit freaking out about it all the time. And
Yeah.
I know that from a personal
Speaking of freaking out, Zester, this is your chance to wish Giancarlo a happy 12th birthday.
Oh, absolutely.
He's entering his final year, not as a teenager. Well,
This is true. This is
you'll
the
go there
last
again
of
at 20,
preteen.
but
The last of preteen. But no, absolutely. Giancarlo, Jeremy's son, happy birthday, Giancarlo. I know it's tomorrow, and so that will be the big day.
now
That will be the big day.
let's get into something a little more fun. Mike, are there any attractive reptilians? Somebody had a lot of questions in here, and if they are, would you date one?
Well, they have that shape-shifting thing they could do where they look like a hot female. If she looked like Sydney Sweeney, I could probably find myself going there, but no, not into the lizard people.
Yeah, I bet they
No,
have
I
options
kid
for
you,
you in
Mark.
Thailand.
I am
with, like,
I am
Sydney
a freak,
Sweeney.
okay, but that's one step too far. That's a bridge too far, Mark. To use another World
Okay.
War II analogy, the reptiles are a bridge too far.
Too far.
Another World War II analogy there. That's just that. Have you ever
Holy
seen that
crap,
movie?
Helen, no, that is way too high.
Yeah, no,
That is
it should be
way too
less than
high.
half
That
that.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, that's insanity.
You can get. I've seen it for as little as 800 for a mil. So on the DINAR.
Jaster, they're not messing with my stream. I know I would like to feel special in this one, but it's a DDoS. It's an attack at YouTube, which has millions of people around the planet that are watching their favorite podcasts tonight that were on YouTube, now rushing to find them on Rumble. So Rumble is now getting pressure because it is getting extreme volume that it's not used to because YouTube is having so many issues.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up right here. The baseline reports for any given time frame for YouTube is about 30 reports an hour. YouTube has received in the past 30 minutes 354,282 reports.
And those are just people that
Up,
take the
down,
time to report it. You know, millions of others are just hitting the refresh button.
Yeah, and so yeah, something on YouTube is going absolutely bonkers right now.
By the way, can we say a little prayer for my friend Susan Gratz? She's a good friend of Jennifer Falaz, and she had back surgery yesterday, and they rolled her around and roughed her up today to get an X-ray of her back, which they just operated on literally less than 24 hours ago. She's in a lot of pain, so everybody, if you don't mind, say a little prayer for Susan and wish her, some relief from this pain. It's really awful. Yeah, Kimberly, missed you too. I don't know that I missed you.
Yeah, and then Tinkerbell rubbing it in. No problems on Twitch.
Yeah. There's also no viewers on Twitch.
You can go give Booger a rough time over there.
Yeah.
Well, and Twitch is, Twitch is consistent. They're happy to continue putting out Hassan Piker's stream every day.
You can only make money on Twitch if you're Amaranth. Okay, let's be honest. That's the only way to make money on Twitch.
That's
Or
where
if you
the largest liberal or Democratic streamers are on Twitch.
Oh, it's gone. That is a home run, and the Mariners lead 2-0. Sorry, did I say that out loud? This guy here knows who Amaranth is. Julio Rodriguez.
Which guy knows?
This guy, that guy right there. As soon as I said that name, he went, ooh. Redhead with green eyes. That's my future wife, right, Kukla? A redhead with green eyes? Yes, thank you, George Santos. I saw it. It's right there on my little TV right here. See, that's right.
Uh-oh, Pickles. Hopefully you won't need it.
Let's watch. Dave Bara just told me it's 2-0. Got the trident there. That's awesome. I think the Mariners are going to go to the World Series unless something really dramatic happens. Look at this. Boom! God, he crushed that. What must that feel like, Mark? Did Zester, did you play baseball? I mean, Little League or anything? Because I did. I hit one ball. This is the worst moment of my life, by the way.
Yeah, I think he played like T-ball for like part of a season, and
Okay.
you'd have to go wake him up in outfield
So
as a little kid.
Yeah.
It was
I was in
horribly
Little League.
boring for him.
I was in Little League, and we were playing at West Seattle Stadium, and it was just the grass just went on for hundreds of yards, right? So we had an infield for a baseball thing, but they didn't like put up any ropes for like the home run line or anything, right? And so there was a home run was just you hit the ball over everybody's head and run around and score, right? And I had never hit a home run. I had a ground ball that went through like 3 guys' legs, and I got a home run out of that. But I never really crushed one. Now, there's other stadiums in Seattle or Little League fields where there were fences, and so I'm up there in West Seattle Stadium. No ropes or anything. A lot of times they put ropes up. And this kid throws me a pitch, and I hit it like a golf ball, like really low, like a golf ball. And it just, you have that perfect feeling. Like you ever hit the perfect golf shot or the perfect contact with the bat, and the ball shot like a mile. I mean, it was, I was told by somebody it was over 405 feet. And for
It was probably the greatest hit of all time.
It was in that stadium. No Little League player has ever hit a ball this far. It was the greatest home run hit ever in that stadium. Ever. It was big league. And
hugely successful.
For some reason, there was some 9-year-old standing 400 feet away from it seems like, and away from the home plate. I don't know what he was even doing out there. And I'm already, I hit this ball so far that I'm already around second base when I look over, and the kid closes his eyes, sticks his glove out, and the ball goes boom. Took away. And literally all my coaches go, I've never seen a Little Leaguer hit a ball that far. Had I been in the other stadium, the Bar S field, it would have ended up in Puget Sound. It would have been like double the distance of the home run. But no, I was at the place where there were no ropes, no markers for the home run, and this kid just destroyed.
Please tell me he was wearing a Pittsburgh shirt.
No, well, they were a yellow and black team, Mark. So there was a Pittsburgh team. So, but it's just like, you know what? I feel like I was not meant to be an athlete. That's maybe the moment where God's telling you, no, we're not going to let you have the athletic glory. That's not what you're here for, Mike. We have a bigger plan for you.
We have different plans, and they
I would give up Ancient Aliens. I would give up Ancient Aliens to have that home run story.
Right.
To have it be a real home run.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if Andy's going to join or not. He has all the information. He has a message. He has an email link, but he is on vacation with his bride and best friend.
He's been day drinking with his wife, so he's not coming.
Hey.
Is there a kitty up in that fan, Zester? Is there a kitty up there?
No, my cat just sliced the cord on my birthday balloons.
Oh, Jen's here. Hi, Jen. That was like 8 minutes ago. Jen's here. Hello.
Right. I
have a kitty here. She's sound asleep, though. I'm not going to wake her up.
And Dave, if you're still watching, I have not been to Golden Steer yet. Almost went last visit to Vegas, but it is on my list.
We will do it later.
I've heard good things.
I just ordered the Golden Steer steak seasoning, which should be here, and I got some steaks from Costco. I'm going to be making those maybe tomorrow night for Thursday Night Football or something. So I'll let you know if the seasoning's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kukla, no, I am not engaged yet to anyone.
Yet.
Not yet. Not yet. The RV has to happen first, Kukla. There's a sequence of events. RV, Mike gets married. Although Jen...
After spending money at a strip club and marrying a stripper.
And marrying
Have we asked Jen how long that marriage is going to last?
No, we haven't asked that. But I did ask her, 3 weeks ago now, when we did the show before they came back this week. I said, am I ever going to get married again? And she goes, yeah. She's like, no. And then she starts thinking about it. She does the little reading thing that she does with the angels. And she goes, 2 years. Like, 2 years? In 2 years, I'll be married. Apparently, girls, I'm going to be married.
Or is it only going to last 2 years?
No. She said I would be married in 2 years.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah. Noticing some of those. The number of YouTube people think they're talking to themselves. YouTube's having massive problems, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I see a bunch of YouTube
Even
comments.
the other psychic, the Greek psychic, sees you buying a big ring.
Yeah. I think minimum 35 grand on that one. Has to be a bigger ring than has to be big. Has to be a big ring. Be expensive. Just any woman that can talk me into marrying her.
Little fingers. That way it looks bigger than it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You want a woman with little hands so you can make it look bigger.
Yeah, so the ring looks bigger.
Is. Oh, are we talking about the ring? Are we talking about the ring?
Wait,
yeah.
What else would you be talking about?
I don't know, Mark. I don't know.
Ah.
I don't know. So I better be meeting this girl pretty quick if I'm going to be marrying her in 2 years. That's better be pretty quick.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, does Mark look bored? Let's get him some CBD guru stuff. Zester, do you remember that night your dad was drinking the THC water, and as the show went on, he just got more and more relaxed, and you and me were jabbering back and forth, and he was just kind of like, oh.
I was like, look at him jabbering.
I feel really good.
Good time, dog.
So, that's the other thing too, Mark, is we got to get this RV thing finished so that we can start. I can bring a UFO convention to Puerto Rico. We got to go there. Got to bring it there. 19.5 degrees. I mean, what could be more perfect for a UFO convention than one? Maybe 33 degrees like in Atlanta, but we're going to be doing it.
Hey, maybe you could even get them to, rent out or lease, the Arecibo Observatory.
Yeah, I think we should
claim it's going to be a museum soon.
We should repair it. Get it working again.
Why do we need it? We have the technology just to go talk to them in person.
Well, so we can, do things without NASA telling us what we can and can't do. That's why. Okay, so I have some comments to make about my travels. Have you guys have been to New York City, both of you, right? You've been to New York before? Is that correct?
New York City. I've been. Zester, I don't think you've ever been.
No, I've never been in New York City. I have never been to New York.
I did the New York Awakening conference there 2 weekends ago with Donna. Thank you, Donna. By the way, Donna, I love your accent. It was great. Had a great time. Even with Donna, even with Carrie Cassidy. But we were in the middle of Long Island. Then we went to Montauk. And Montauk is the site of one of the sites they call talk about the Philadelphia experiment. You know what the Philadelphia experiment was, Mark?
Yes.
Okay. Zester, do you know what the Philadelphia experiment was?
That's where they put cheese whiz on cheesesteaks instead of real cheese.
Correct. No, it was supposedly where they were trying to make a destroyer, the USS Eldridge, invisible in World War II, and Tesla and some other people worked on this project.
Slipped through time instead.
And instead it slipped through time. And these two guys popped up on Montauk Point. Well, Montauk Point is the entrance to Long Island Sound, and it's strategic. But there's this whole radar facility thing there, and they have this area called Camp Hero. But I was going to tell you, that whole island has some of the darkest, densest, unpleasant energy I've been around.
Montauk Island? Oh, yeah. I've heard that from people that live close or have been close.
Montauk, but all of Long Island, all of it. It's dark. It's dense. It feels like Halloween. I mean, we went to dinner and it feels like everything is haunted. And on Camp Hero, on the side of this, they saw this old big radar tower. I mean, you've never seen such an enormous radar dish. There's rumors of all kinds of horrible experiments taking place in this place, and monsters and demons and werewolves and aliens and all this terrible stuff. But it feels like that, and it feels very heavy. And I realized about halfway through when we were walking around this park, now most of it's a park, but they still have the heavy facilities. They still have them all fenced off and walled off and everything. And I noticed something, Mark. I'm like, I don't think I hear any birds. And I started looking for and listening for birds, and I didn't see any, and I didn't hear any. Some other people said, "Oh, I saw one or two birds. I saw one squirrel." But the thing is that the wildlife just wouldn't go in there. They wouldn't. They weren't. There was no wildlife.
Yeah,
There
they
were-
knew better.
there were trees, and it's weird because I had friends tell me when they visited the concentration camps in Germany and Poland, like what's the Auschwitz and stuff, that are still there. That like they would watch the birds come up and basically come up to the fence line and then fly all the way around rather than fly over because they were so haunted. And it felt exactly the same way. And it just was just really dark and unpleasant. And I got to be honest, we're going to do New York Awakening again in April. Thank you, Donna. We're going to do it again. We're going to be closer to the city. But I'm just telling you that New York is a place that needs some light. It needs to have the light of Jesus shined on it or something, because it's just not a good place, guys. It's not. And
Yeah,
so-
I won't argue that one. Butterfly Girl, I definitely plan on keeping Whiskey and Wisdom after this, except for you may never know where we're going to be. We might be in Peoria, Illinois. We might be in Las Vegas. I say we go do them live. We find dive bars all over the place. At least once a month, we go do one live in another dive bar in another town. Who knows? Maybe a little town in Germany. Maybe.
And we aren't going to be talking about
Richard in Santo Domingo or something.
We aren't going to be talking about financial stuff either. We're not going to be talking about some of the stuff we talk about here, at least for the first 90 days, probably after all that. So.
Oh yeah, no.
Can Mark see your chat? I'm watching. Oh, so I am broadcasting on my YouTube channel. That is coming. Okay. All right.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, an error occurred.
That's probably just the YouTube problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Las Vegas is dead, but it is certainly slowed.
It has slowed down, and markets prices are way too high, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they are. They're pricing themselves out. That used to be why you would go to Vegas, was because it was a lot of bang for the buck. You could, because they were chasing the gamblers so much. The buffets were basically at cost. I was very disappointed when I went to Vegas with food.
Oh, with the quality of the food or the price of the food?
Both.
Yeah.
Now you could get quality. You just had to spend 5 times what it was worth in any other city.
Yeah. By the way, thank you, Kukla, for the prayers. Well, Jen, I'm sorry I didn't notice you earlier. I was just busy talking World War II with Zester. Zester, we should just do a show ourselves. We should just find a day and just like talk about all the
random topic.
Talk about, what are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about World War II.
And I can be your heckle fish and pop in occasionally.
That's what you are.
Throwing a barb.
Yeah, that's what you are. By the way,
I still think there's something to be said about playing the history Total War game and talking about history as you play.
Yeah.
I think that there's an entire genre there that really hasn't been invented, that you can kind of recreate the history that you're discussing as you're having the conversation inside of the game. That would be really cool.
Kind of would be.
The thing too is I don't know how to judge Vegas because I've only lived here 2 years. So I can't tell you that it's half as busy as it was 10 years ago. I don't know that, but it's just interesting.
If we're gonna do like a Whiskey and Wisdom tour and hit dive bars around the world, and probably start around the U.S. because so many. Can we start it and say, well, folks, let's dive right in?
Yeah, there's a bunch of dive bars. Like there's the Bullpen in Redondo Beach. We could do it from there. That's a good dive bar. It's one of my favorite dive bars. That's where all the gentlemen from the yacht club would come after a day of yachting on Redondo Beach.
So I go to this dive bar in North Carolina in Greensboro. It was called First Place Bar and Lounge, Guilford Avenue. I think that was the street. But sitting in there with Tits Wins. It was his nickname. He was a tank commander.
Tits Wins.
They call his nickname was Tits. He was a tank commander because he had these like just huge pecs. Wasn't even a tall guy. He may have been like 5'6", but he like had a freakish upper body. And we're just sitting in there getting. He had just gotten back from summer training, and we were just getting a beer and catching up. And there was this one guy down at the end just talking mad crap about service members, and they're all P words now, and they're nothing like they used to be. And I mean, just talking just mad smack. I mean, absolute just disrespectful.
Really
stuff.
pissing Mark off, by the way.
He was ticking me off. He was ticking Brian off. But, we were like, okay, we're not going to do anything, start anything. And then he started talking about all the FAGs from Vietnam, and just really, really going off. This guy, this old fella, kind of slumped over his beer in the corner. After a while, gets up, stands up, walks over, taps the guy on the shoulder. The guy turned around. Boom!
Wow.
Lays him completely out. I mean, the guy launched 4 or 5 feet straight back out. He looked at the bartender and said, "I'd like 6 Budweisers to go." I was in non. But he did. Just laid him flat out.
Wow.
Nobody in the bar cared. Everybody's like, Once he said, "I was in Nam, I'd like 6 Budweisers to go," everybody's like, okay.
Yeah. In fact, I'll buy them for you. Yeah.
No one checked on the guy. They're just like, all right, he got what he deserved. It was hilarious. It was like one of those made-for-movie kind of moments.
By the way, Mark, are there any good dive bars in Puerto Rico near you that people can
God, yeah.
swing by? Like, what's a good one? What's a good bar?
It's like an island of dive bars.
Yeah. Well, what's the best
that
one?
part is true.
What's the best one to go to if people are visiting your
Well, there's a million, and there's some. It really depends on what you're looking for. And I'm sorry to
and whether or not you want it to have good food.
It really depends on what you're looking for. Do you looking to dance? Is it kind of like an older scene? Is it a dancing scene? Do you want to sit? Do you want to not sit? Those are the type of things that you break it down to. And dancing and age essentially breaks down just about all of the dive bars in Puerto Rico. Do you want to dance or no? And what age group do you want to hang out with? That is pretty much the breakdown. And so I know an amazing one for you to go to, Mike. You are going to have the best time.
We're going to hook you up.
You are going to be dancing all day long, and you will literally never get a break.
Oh, you guys removed the troll. I was going to have fun with him.
Oh, I did.
His name was you 2 times.
Yeah, I was going to have so much fun.
Oh. Dang. Sorry about that.
Daggone it. I was going to have so much fun with that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do need to at least, just to make certain so that anybody knows, Mike, I know with Telegram last week, we had a little bit of an issue with a link. And I want to make certain.
Yeah, I posted the link you sent me, and it was the wrong link. Yeah.
I don't know whether that is true or untrue. I'm not willing to deny nor refute.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
All I'm going to state is just so that anyone who was confused from the Mike Bara community, there is a better link somewhere out there.
Crystal said, "I'm embarrassed to say I don't know what a dive bar is. Is it a swim up bar? No. Well, swim in like disappointment and stale beer and
despair.
No, basically it's just
a place to swim in despair.
Yeah, swim in despair. It's basically a hole in the wall. But every good community needs a dive bar.
You just need a bar. It's like a crappy bar where you know a few people. It's kind of like Cheers. You know a few people. You talk to them. You sit around. They hopefully have good beer. Like that's the ideal thing. Is
hopefully
good beer.
At least it's cold.
Yeah, but like it's so weird, Mark. There was this dive bar in Stanton, California. I was working a job there in 2015, and I had to find a dive bar, so I found this bar near the work there, and there was this cute bartender. What was her name? I forget her name, but I used to talk where we both had alien tattoos, right? So we would do this thing where our alien tattoos were making out. We take pictures, and she was Bree. That was her name, Bree. Sorry about that, Bree. And I just like to hang around, just a girl to talk to. And she was, of course, she was a bartender, so she was friendlier than she needed to be. But I used to go there, and then that job lasted about a year, and then I came home, right? And so then I'm here a year ago, 2 years ago. I was at the Palms, staying at the Palms. I got a deal there because I'm like, looking for houses. I was looking for this house, right? And so I'm staying at the Palms, and I come walking through, and there's Bree from the dive bar. She's looking at me, and she goes, I go, yeah. You have an alien tattoo, right? But I mean, if you think about the universe, how does that happen? How did two people? She was living somewhere in California. I'm living in Seattle. I've spent some time in California. Now I'm in Vegas. How do these two people go on this path? And then they end up in the same spot together, literally walked right into each other. 5 years later.
Raul, we know you're not a troll.
How does that happen? How does that even happen?
I mean, similar to that, I was in Jönköping in Sweden and ran into a kid that was a regular at one of the bars I owned in High Point, North Carolina, called Chumley's. So I'm there, and this kid walks in wearing one of my shirts, and I'm sitting at the bar, and he goes, Mark. I mean, I'm in a little town, northern whatever, and I run into one of my regulars from North Carolina. Dive bars are just
shit.
They're just special. They're magnetic.
2-2, the gay Blue Jays got a fucking home run. Fuck you. Anyway, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, go play some darts, shoot a game of pool. Annie, you'd probably be popular, meaning guys wouldn't have to spend as much money to get you a drink.
We should run out of dive bar.
If you take Whiskey and Wisdom to dive bars, you'll have to change the name to D&D.
That's kind of the same idea as playing D&D. So I was waiting for a comment. Pops used to play Dungeons and Dragons. I was waiting to see if Mike had a D&D story to throw in there.
He wasn't cool enough to get to play.
You played D&D when it was not cool.
I never played D&D.
I did. Whole group of friends, we get together and play. We also read Lord of the Rings, fantasy books. It's fun.
See, I never read.
It requires an imagination.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to play a wizard or a paladin.
I never played Dungeons and Dragons ever.
That's a shot I missed there. I was under an assumption that, Mike, you were definitely someone who had at least knew or played a little bit of D&D.
I played some board games. I played Panzer Blitz was one of my favorite ones. Tank game, because I was into tanks. So yeah.
Kurt, dive bars may or may not have a pole, but that is not the centerpiece. Usually it's just something that's helping to hold up the roof that's sagging, and it gets turned into a stripper pole after too many drinks. And the people dancing on it may or may not have all their teeth, and it could be a guy, could be a bubba, could be a girl, could be an attractive one at a dive bar. You never know.
The Wild Goose.
No idea what the toy is going to be.
I put a lot of young girls through college at the Wild Goose, which was a total dive bar in LA, near LAX, but it's gone now. It's drifted away into the mists of time. But it's a good place. It's a good place.
No bars here in Carthage, Texas. Too many Baptist, American Legion, VFW. Here we come. Which is, to me, is funny because the American Legion, the VFW, is where the Baptists go because it makes it acceptable. They're like that old preacher joke where they're like, shh, be really quiet. They think they're the only ones here when we go by this part of heaven. I'm just told, I got so many friends. I went to a Baptist church. I'm just picking, but it is funny.
I remember one of the first times when I was working contracting for security and putting in security systems and security cameras and smart home. And that was one of the first comments that one of the guys made there was his joke was, so if you want to go fishing and you want to have all your beers to yourself, you go fishing and you invite your 2 Baptist friends, because neither of them is going to have any of your beers. They're going to be all yours. Or if you'd like to share your beer, invite one of your Baptist friends, and then you will have 6 beers instead of 12. And it was essentially his joke was that anybody from a Baptist church wouldn't drink in front of each other, but they'd be more than happy to drink with somebody that wasn't apart from the church, and because they'd get away with it. I don't know, but that's a joke I heard in the South so many different ways and so many different times that I have to believe there's some truth to it, because I heard that joke 1,000 different ways throughout the times that I grew up in regards to always Baptist and drinking. Don't know why.
Did you guys see this up there from Jen 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, 5:49? Jen says, I like to play poker. Oh, shockingly, the psychic who can read other people likes to play poker. Wow, Jen, I would never would have guessed. He's like,
I wonder if she wins.
he's bluffing. Yeah, he's bluffing. I'm all in. Boom, she wins. Yeah. Oh, and the valet ticket for the car, please. That's Jen. The psychic likes to play poker. Jeez, really?
Which would be kind of fun. Eeyore, I should probably find that one. Basically, it sounds like a fun twist to Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings by Harvard Lampoon, Bilbo and Frito. Yeah, everybody's wanting to know what Nader's saying now.
They're going to delete the 3 zeros. Isn't that what somebody said in the government or the banking thing the other day? Somebody said that. So,
yeah, all right. Where'd all that? Send Nader a link to this chat. No, he's probably still going, but Nader doesn't mind an occasional whiskey.
get yourself some Seahawks whiskey, buddy. How are your Steelers doing? 4-1, 5-1? What are you now?
We are number 2 in the AFC, number 1 in the NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Aaron Rodgers is again king of the North, just this time for an AFC team instead of an NFC team.
That's right. And you're playing the Browns this weekend.
No, we already beat the Browns.
Aren't you playing the Browns?
No,
You're
just
playing
beat
the
them.
Browns. Oh, was that last week?
Yeah, that was that was an embarrassing day for the Browns.
Okay, let me check my NFL game picker.
Yeah, Xavier's said Rodgers looking like old Rodgers. He really is. He flat embraced the city and the Pittsburgh mindset.
He's also on the Aaron Rodgers revenge tour. 2 teams that got rid of him, the Jets, and then the Vikings refused to even look at him. He beat them too. He's just beating all the teams that, he's beating all the teams that didn't want him. So good for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, see, and then we get Cincinnati. Yeah, we are. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Rick. I do think we are the tomorrow night, the Amazon Prime game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I didn't even see Miss Maria in here. Hello, Miss Maria.
Oh, she's here. Yeah.
Yeah, Laura, YouTube's having all kinds of massive problems. It's not us. YouTube is having a DDoS attack. Those Buccaneers are kicking butt. Right now, the 2 best teams in the NFL are Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Detroit. No, the Colts. Indianapolis.
Yeah.
2 best teams in the NFL as of this point in the season. What, the second best teams are like Pittsburgh and Green Bay, I think.
Yeah, I mean Tampa Bay's 5-1. I don't think they're that good though, but they are 5-1.
Yeah, well, you can keep cheering for the Bears. I don't know if it's going to do any good.
Hey, the Bears are 3-2. Caleb Williams is playing great. Come on.
Really?
Yeah, they won. They won last night.
Did they? Wait,
Monday.
Sunday.
They won
Wait,
on
didn't
Monday.
they just play Dallas?
No, yeah, they beat division team. Who did they beat? Oh, the Redskins. They beat the Redskins.
Oh, wait a minute.
Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Williams was the superior. So
go Colts, the Bears,
the Bears,
Green Bay, the Bears. Bucks are fine. Yeah, your Bucks look good. I mean,
They got a lot of injuries, so it's going to be hard to maintain that the way they're playing. But Baker Mayfield.
Asher. Yep, Thursday night football. Thank you guys. Cincy and Pitt. Anybody going to be okay with Dr. Scott taking the Thursday night podcast by himself?
You planning on watching the game?
Yeah, right. I'll be like rushing them out. I'll be like, come on,
Well,
Dr. Scott.
I'll show
right,
up.
Dr.
I'll
Scott,
show
thank
up
you
and
so much.
talk with Dr. Scott because for me the football games, nothing.
He's not much of a football watcher. For me, I do enjoy it. It's not going to divert me from what's going on in the real world, but I do enjoy the downtime. I like it.
Mm,
I love it. I want some more of it.
Where are we
definitely.
celebrating post RV? Asked Dr. Sarah Brodsky.
Yeah.
Vegas. Here.
I mean,
Yeah.
with the open conversations about rate changes, deleting zeros, about new bills, it's an exciting time.
Yep.
It is an exciting time. Let's see, where are we going to celebrate post RV?
Vegas. Come here.
Really like someplace where I
In
don't
the
feel like
Caribbean.
scrub with Lysol after.
In the Caribbean.
Well, I'm not taking you to one of those places, Mark, but we can still go to nice dinners and go to a show and we don't
Now
have to go.
that is something next time I go, I want to look at, like who is like, Brooks and Dunn. Find somebody I've always wanted to see and never had a chance that's now doing like a residency or appearances in Vegas.
There's always
And I
Penn
haven't
and
been to the
Teller.
Sphere yet. I want to do that.
You could do the Sphere, Penn and Teller. Yeah.
I think there's also something to be said here. So a buttload of people, and there's tons of people that will not even be anybody that we've ever talked to or that we ever know, are suddenly going to have a lot of. Where do you think the most popular city on the planet is going to be for a buttload of people who suddenly have money that is literally excess money? Where are they going to be going?
Here?
Las Vegas. So where should we not go?
Yeah.
Puerto Rico?
Las Vegas. No, I mean,
Las
all right,
Vegas.
folks.
You're not gonna go where literally that's like saying, hey, I'm a chicken and I'm gonna go to the fox den because that's gonna be the best place for me right after that. I'd say that we should probably avoid Vegas for a while.
On the other hand, there'll be a lot of great security here, so
This is true.
a lot of good security. By the way,
Boat
I'm having,
shows. I got one to go to in November. I
I'm
like
having the
boat
Mushroom
shows.
Ladies on tomorrow. Mushroom Ladies are coming on with me tomorrow. Kristen and Diana. So
Love the Mushroom Ladies. They're actually joining me. They're joining me again, 10/28 on the
Cool.
28th.
cool.
Got Jonathan Otto tomorrow for Red Light. Yeah, all right. You don't need to know all those things. Monaco. Yeah, I wish I could have seen George Carlin in Vegas. Never got to saw him live. That would have been worth it.
Sam Kinison would have been great.
Sam Kinison would have been great. The Redneck Riviera. That's what we used to call High Rock Lake in North Carolina.
I don't know.
What's
I
a
know
boat show?
everybody,
It's a show where they sell boats.
Yeah.
I know everybody opposed to the gambling. I'm totally on board, but if I've got that kind of money, I do really enjoy blackjack as an actual game. I will. If I have a little bit of excess, I'd be happy to sit down at a blackjack table with maybe like a $50 max on the table or something like that. I would have a lot of fun for a lot of hours getting to sit down and actually gamble some real money on some blackjack.
I'd rather play like $5 tables. I'm just not really into gambling.
The thing is, what I look, the thing is that kind of stuff's not going to mean anything to you when money doesn't mean much to you anymore, right? So what I thought I would do is play for charities. Like I take a certain amount of money, $2,500. I go to the casino. Whatever I walk away with at the end of 2 hours goes to a pet charity, goes to a anti-abortion clinic or something. Home for Wayward Girls. That's how you make it have meaning and value. Because otherwise it doesn't. If you got so much money, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything to you to lose $5,000. Then yeah, you find something else to play for. Find somebody else to play for. That's what I'm gonna do. To have some fun with blackjack.
Well, I gambled for my first time ever, actually, on the cruise in Alaska a month. So I've never actually gambled real money.
Oh, okay.
Well, pennies with his grandfather.
Yeah, exactly. I played with chips and pennies and candy.
Pretzels.
With my grandparents over and over again. I counted cards. They wouldn't play with me anymore. But for my first time actually gambling, I put $40 down, and about 5 minutes later, I walked away with $108. And I now can absolutely say that in my entire gambling history, I have only ever doubled my money.
Yeah, hey, look, that's better than me. I've done great gambling, but I don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
but I played poker one night with some of my bouncers, friends, whatever. Played with MarkZ, buddy of mine. He's from Canada. He's on the poker world tour, and after we'd played 3 or 4 hands, he was like, "You're counting the cards, aren't you?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "You know what's going to play." I was like, "Well, duh. There aren't that many cards. You'd have to be kind of slow not to know what's coming or what the probabilities are." He kept trying to get me to play professionally with him. He's like, "I just want you at the table."
It was single deck or something. Is that what it was? It was.
Oh, no. They would play. No, they would play with 2.5. So they would shuffle out part of a deck. They wouldn't play with even decks, but unless they're going to keep switching them, it only takes 2 or 3 hands to know what your probabilities are. I mean, you're not going to be perfect, but
wow, that's more than I'll ever know.
Hey,
it's become essentially impossible. It's extremely easy to count cards with a single deck or even 2 decks.
Yeah, that's why nobody plays with a single deck.
It just becomes insanely difficult when they no longer do that anymore. Still, though, and that's one of the oddities of probability, that even if they continue to shuffle it, the probability
can still screw you.
For some reason remains. And so the overall fact that they have managed to toss out maybe, say, 4 or 5 king cards or higher cards, any 10 count card in a blackjack table, even if they have reshuffled it, for some reason, statistics say that there is a higher probability that they're going to start pulling low cards than high cards, even though they have completely reshuffled it. It's the oddest of things.
Odds and probabilities.
Statistics is the oddest mathematic.
Really is.
Form out there. Riley is really the best at it, I think, of all of us, because
All right. If I'm going to have a weakness that I like playing, it would be coin pushers.
Coin pushers?
Never got anything out of that one.
Oh, they're fun.
I hate pulling that one drove me nuts. I tried for half a second.
Or even the train games are fun too. I mean, useless, but fun.
Immediately made me angry. Having the actual cards, though, oh man, that was fun. That felt like I had a control over it.
Never realized poker in person was not like TV where you see the other player's hands.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not like that. No,
it's a little bit harder.
Yep, no, it is. Probabilities. The probabilities. As opposed to the odds. Just take a coin, flip it. Your odds are 50-50, heads, tails. But if I just had 8 heads in a row,
hey guys,
my probability tells me I'm more likely to have some tails to make up for.
I gotta go. Susan's husband's calling me. I gotta go. So
all right, get out of here. We need to call it a wrap. See you, Mike.
All right, bye.
Hey, see you, Mike. I'm interested in hearing about Fiery Leo, though. Welcome to the 6 p.m. hour. Sourdough going in the oven soon. 3rd loaf this week. Each one was different. Learning when the proof/bulk ferment is done. You need to be talking to Fiery Leo, Pops. I know how much you like your sourdough.
Fiery Leo, Caitlin, whatever. It is a good friend of mine, guys. Great parents, Fred, whatever. Just a neat lady. We need to find her a really quality guy. The real equality guy. Wait, high stakes coin pushers. I didn't even know that was a thing. High stakes coin pushers.
The videos and the live streams of gambling on YouTube and online, they have been insanely popular for a very, very long time.
I didn't know that. All right.
Thousands of people day and night watching.
That's it. Gonna put in a coin pusher and a camera on it, live streaming.
I still would prefer my my duck and chicken plan that we had way back at the very beginning of the original MarkZ. I was going to set up a camera for all of my ducks and chickens, and then I was going to set up a feeder that you could donate money to the channel, and then the feeder would spit food out. It's an old idea because tons of different channels have done it, but we're talking like 10 years ago now at this point, Pops. At that point, it was a fairly new idea. And well, I never got it set up, but the idea was feed the ducks and chickens. But I think that you probably do better with feeding the gambling machine. I have a feeling more folks would be interested in watching along with that one.
Yep, no, would be interesting. All right, we probably should wrap it so the mods can get some sleep.
Absolutely.
Oh man, old Monte Carlo 25-cent slot machine. It'd be a fun one to fix and keep. I like working on old vending machines, video games, gambling machines. Find it therapeutic to make them work. Let's see. I just Googled coin pusher. We have a show on TV about that. That's just crazy. I mean, who would have thought? All right. Anyways, I enjoyed it. Mods, everybody, thank you. No animals, Mom. We haven't given up on side chicks yet. We just need RV money so that we can roll out 100 food trucks at the same time.
Dominate the market.
Dominate the market. The Sunday chicken market.
Mm-hmm.
And do a better job than Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A
it is nicknamed.
That
Jesus
part would be
Chicken.
hard, but we have an advantage. We have the day of the week that they do not operate. Our whole business is gonna rely on Sundays. We're gonna sell enough chicken to keep the whole business afloat on one day out of the week.
Or late night too, because Chick-fil-A's don't do 24 hours. So we could park them outside like big bars or whatever, or you could turn the Chick-fil-A parking lot into the late night location for all the drunks to come have chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, but can we just go buy the chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A all day and then just resell them at night?
And then just put a sticker on it, like a really bad one slapped over that says side chicks. I think that's
not even idea. Cooking our own chicken sandwiches. We're just buying Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches, keeping
doubling the price
until people want them, and then tripling the price. Hey, welcome to having a chicken sandwich from yeah.
I like the idea.
Hey, in the modern world, it's probably not a bad one.
Oh man! All right, I'm gonna have to start researching these stations, these YouTube channels for coin pushers, folks. I enjoy it. See you. Well, I'll see most of you tomorrow morning. When's your next podcast here, Zester?
I'll be back Friday morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Tina will probably be here with me.
Yep. Hey, usually the toxic chemicals make it taste better. All right, we'll see you and the cats later. See you guys.
Sounds good.